talk about why it is that you are such a polarizing figure. Why some people really hold you in a lot of contempt. They can't stand you, and they don't even know why. Other people love you, adore you, and flock to you. It is because you are that lightning rod. We keep on talking about it. You are that spark of light in the darkness. People are offended by your light because your light threatens their darkness. Your light illuminates the darkness around them. A lot of people feel like they have been initiated into the same kind of knowledge that you possess, and they have not. You have been anointed, you have been blessed. It is so clear from the glow on your face, the glow emanating from you. And these people who claim to have knowledge, these people who claim to have gifts, when they stand next to you, it is very clear, Three of Wands, how far they still have to go. It bothers the shit out of them that you have earned things that they claim to have. It bothers the shit out of them. They are liars. It bothers them that you have shown them to be liars because they do not possess any of the things that they claim to have, any of the knowledge, any of the anointment, any of the blessings. Show them to us. They cannot present the results. They cannot present any of those things. And so they attack you, Six of Swords. They attack you like children, gang stalking, attempting to spread rumors and lies. All because you stand there as a spark, as an ignition, and that is your job, sent into the darkest of places to illuminate them. This is a difficult job. Continue to do your work as the curse breaker, as the light bearer.
It's not doing it. It's not doing it now. It stopped. Because I calmed down. Motherfuckers want to keep playing. They still want to play with me. I don't think you want to be playing with me. I don't think so. See, when I start talking about that shit, it start getting emotional. See how that start doing that again? My energy is making the light flicker in here. Look. That shit crazy. Cut it out. Cut it. Okay, my beautiful Americans, the home of the free and the land of the braves. Okay, let me get my free and brave people up in here. Okay, let's look at what we have here. Let's read it starting from the top. In the Court of Common Pleas of Franklin County, Ohio, Division of Domestic Relations. Okay, case number 16DR062358. Xiao-Chen Liu, plaintiff versus Moses McCormick, defendant. Excerpts of proceedings before the Honorable Kim A. Browne. Okay. Judge, beginning on Monday, February 21st, 2017. Okay, and I was also sitting in the court on this day. So let's look at this. This is the transcript. Let's get right into it. Okay, appearances are Miss Stacy Gilbert on behalf of the plaintiff. Okay, so that is Xiao-Chen Liu's attorney. Okay, pro se defendant, which is Moses McCormick, and Miss Rosemary Welch, guardian ad litem. Okay, Monday morning session. Okay, the court, within 10 days of the date of this decision is filed, Moses McCormick shall pay Miss Liu the sum of $750 as and for her reasonable attorney fees. Do you have another check over there? Mr. McCormick says no. The court, which is Kim Browne, Are you working? Mr. Moses McCormick says, yes, I am, but it's kind of slow now. But I do the court. Kim Browne says, what do you do? Moses says, language consultant instructor. Kim Browne says, what does that mean? Moses McCormick says, foreign language instructor. It's like online based. Kim Browne says, you teach foreign languages? Moses said, yes, I teach foreign languages, yes. Kim Browne says, okay, and which languages do you teach? Moses says, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Russian, Spanish. And Shochan Lu's attorney, Stacy Gilbert, say, may I? To try to interrupt. Kim Browne says, no. Are you registered as an interpreter with assist? Moses says, no. That's not my area. My area is more of instruction based. I don't do interpretation. And Kim Browne says, can you? And Moses says, I could in the future, but that's not an area that I'm interested in doing. Kim Browne says, okay, listen to me. You owe a lot of money, and you got a 30-day jail sentence hanging over your head. Do you have any other bills that have a 30-day jail sentence hanging over them? Moses says, no, ma'am. Kim Browne says, I mean, if you don't pay your Macy's bill, does Macy's put you in jail? Moses says, no. Kim Browne says, if you don't pay your mortgage, does you know the bank put you in jail? Moses says, no. Kim Browne says, okay, you need to understand that this is a priority. This is a priority, and right now that trigger can be pulled at any time. So it's not really conducive to this hearing to hear about what you're capable of doing, but what you're not interested in doing to earn money. This is a slow time for you, and you need to pick it up with any other opportunities you can find. That is one. You know better. You know better. That is Kim Browne telling Mark McCormick, he know better. He know better. And that is one, interpreting. That is booming. Constantly booming. We can't keep enough interpreters around here. So in other words, she's trying to force him to go register with the Ohio Supreme Court so he could work down there and be a part of their cult. So if I were you, and I had the ability to speak 5 different languages, I would call the Supreme Court of Ohio and get on the list ASAP so that you can pay your bills and not be thrown in jail. Because that's just senseless to me to go to jail over something like this. I'm going to set this for a review hearing in 1 more month. Mr. Moses, I need to be crystal clear. If these things are not done, you are going to be out that door with a deputy. That's what's going to happen. You have the ability to make money, and for whatever reason, you're not trying. So that's the review hearing on the contempt. Okay. So who ended up paying all that lot of money? Remember how she said, oh, you owe a lot of money? You owe a lot of money? Who paid all that money? Mark paid all that money. Mark was sitting in the courtroom while she was saying all this. I took $750 of my own money and paid this lady's attorney fees, and he should have been getting spousal support. She should have been paying him spousal support. So this is what she said, and she was thinking she was bad. Okay, we gonna see who's bad. Who's bad? We gonna see who's bad. We gonna see that. Okay? And this is Moses where he filed bankruptcy. And they went in here and they altered the stamp. They used the photocopy machine and erased the stamp on there. Just doing what they want to do. We reported all of this. This is what they was doing to him. Harassment. Gang stalking, trying to force him to work for them so that he can take orders, trying to force him to work for them. Okay, and they terrorized him. They terrorized him so bad, and they didn't stop terrorizing him until he agreed to do that, to get with that girl, Renee, who's now in jail, and until she could coerce him to say all this stuff about me, okay? Because people that was jealous of our brotherhood. They was jealous of our brotherhood online. They didn't want to see two brown brothers having each other's back, so they had to send the brown girl to do the dirty work. And this is all coming from racist people, okay? This is all coming from racist people, and so they wanted to make it seem like, oh, look at your own people, what your own people doing, but it's coming from racist people, okay? And we know. So this is just more gang stalking he went through. You know what I'm saying? This is more of what he went through, and this is what was said, and we have more. This is just the tip of the iceberg. These people was just doing more than the most, and there was no justice for none of this. None of that. None. I tried to get my money back for all this stuff. They still would. They wouldn't do it. It's just America the beautiful, huh? Land of the free, huh? What part of this is free? What part of this is free? Where's the justice at in here? How she gonna tell somebody to stop doing what they doing as work and go work for a Supreme Court? How you gonna tell somebody where to go work, bitch? You fat ass bitch. Ooh, now y'all understand why I said I want her real bad, cause this bitch thought she was Mia X in the courtroom. That's who she thought she was. She thought she was Mia. She thought she was Mia X. Okay, so I'ma think I'm Malcolm X when I tap that ass. Okay, this is what she did, and when she was talking like that, it took everything out of me not to run up there and clothesline that bitch off from behind that stand, cause I was like 3 seconds away from doing it. Those would have been some beautiful days in jail I would have spent. Or how much ever time I would have got in jail, it would have been worth it. I was so tempted to run up there and tear that bitch up. So bad. She was talking like this. Okay, so this is the transcript. I want y'all to screenshot it. Okay, you could screenshot this first page. Screenshot that second page. This is what Maureen O'Connor tried to erase from the Ohio Supreme Court. We filed this with them, and they tried to get it out of there. Okay, we tried to recuse her off the divorce because she was talking like this. Look at this. Look at this. You see all this? Uh-huh. But these people, they tried to get their hands on all these documents. They tried to procure these documents from me, and they claim that this stuff don't exist. They claim that these documents don't exist. Okay, you could call the court reporters down here at 614-525-3631, and they could confirm this document. Okay, they could confirm this document. So there it is.
These cases expose attempts by the government of the People's Republic of China to suppress dissenting voices within the United States, to demonstrate how the PRC seeks to stalk, intimidate, and silence those who oppose them. In discussing these cases, I want to be very clear that the department remains focused on the threats and actions of the PRC government and its agents, not the Chinese people or people of Chinese descent, who are often the victims of these crimes. While separate matters, these cases are all very much related. One shows an insidious strategy to collect information on dissidents in order to target them, and in some cases to imprison pro-democracy advocates abroad. One case describes a conspiracy to derail the congressional candidacy of an American citizen and military veteran, who also was a former student protester at the 1989 protest in Tiananmen Square and later escaped to the United States. And one shows a campaign to surveil and harass an artist engaged in free and peaceful expression. All three of these cases show that if you report such abuse, U.S. law enforcement will respond, and demonstrate that law enforcement was able to disrupt these plots and bring perpetrators to justice. Last month, when I announced the National Security Division's new strategy for countering nation-state threats, I said that our approach would be driven by the gravest threats, including the alarming rise in transnational repression. This is an example of what I meant. Authoritarian states around the world feel emboldened to reach beyond their borders, to intimidate or exact reprisals against individuals who dare to speak out against oppression and corruption. For example, the Department of Justice has recently brought cases against individuals involved in Belarus's forced diversion of a commercial flight to arrest and detain a Belarusian journalist and dissident. We've pursued those who participated in Iranian plots, targeting dissidents living here, including one conspiracy to kidnap an American Iranian activist in New York. We've prosecuted agents of Russia and Egypt for illegally surveilling and targeting dissidents of those authoritarian regimes, and we've exposed attempts by the PRC and Saudi Arabia to deploy agents inside technology companies to obtain private information on critics and to impede the exercise of free speech. Today, we add 3 more cases to this list. For the Justice Department, defending American institutions and values against these threats is a national security imperative. Transnational repression is part of the range of tactics that our adversaries employ to try to undermine our democracy, our economy, and our institutions. And it is a threat not only to the people in the United States, but also to people around the world who seek to exercise their basic rights to freedom of expression and to stand up to authoritarianism. This activity is antithetical to fundamental American values. We will not tolerate such repression here when it violates our laws. We will defend the rights of Americans and those who come to live and work and study in the United States. We will not allow any foreign government to deny them the freedom of speech or the protection of our laws, or to threaten their safety or the safety of their families. Today's cases, which United States Attorney Browne will talk about more in a minute, demonstrate that the Department of Justice will protect American democracy and ensure that all those within our borders have access to equal justice under the rule of law and enjoy the protection of the U.S. Constitution. As I said, these alleged plots are separate cases, and each will...
When God made Adam, he should have made Kim. I gave a few passes, but I never forget. It's enough, I gotta put up with this doodle brown shit. Now you wanna come at me for more sides, I'm getting money. So I think I just be letting shit slide. I'm very concerned with fashion, ain't my fault y'all don't know how to rock this Hollywood thing. Y'all need to let me style you. Come back to the light, ma. I started the shit. How soon we forget, I'm the heart of this shit. So keep your tacky ways and go back to the stripper days. As long as I'm around, you gon' bow down.
I'm pissed as a motherfucker. Yeah, I'ma say it. I'm mad as a motherfucker. Hold on, I am. Because I know what's been going on. I know somebody came to my office and asked me to deal with this stuff because they've been asked to be paid $3,000
I'm going to recess this meeting right now.
I'm sick of it. And what's happening?
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.